So it's January, which means there's likely some people out there still on this whole new year, new me, New Year's resolution kick. Oftentimes where they go out and sign up for a brand new gym membership or spend tons and tons of money on brand new workout clothes and equipment that's supposed to put them in the best shape of their life. And between me and you, I think we all know how these New Year's resolutions turn out by the end of the month. Luckily, there's some companies out there producing some high quality technology that's not going to break the bank. Let's talk about one of these products today, coming up right after this. Today we're going to be taking a look at the LEMFO M1 Smart Bracelet with 5.0 Bluetooth earbuds. This box, as you can see, is kind of a no frills, no thrills design. Simple, plain white packaging. Picture of the product on the front of it. Some descriptive text on the back, but overall, very simple, basic packaging. Inside the package, you're going to get the instruction manual, of course, the USB charging cable, the Bluetooth earbuds and their carrying case, the wrist strap that you plug in the carrying case, as well as some silicone ear protective covers and a screen protector should you wish to use that. So basically what this is a smart activity tracker with some Bluetooth earbuds thrown in for good measure. Now the great thing about this is it comes in this nice little carrying case, of which you can slide inside the wrist strap, and now you've got an effective smart activity tracker with built-in Bluetooth earbuds on your wrist. That way you don't have to worry about losing them. You don't have to worry about forgetting to take them with the gym or the workout or the run you're doing. You didn't forget them because they're attached to your wrist. Now, one thing to note on this wrist strap is it is 9¼ inches long. So if you've got a larger wrist than that, you definitely want to avoid this because there's only one size fits all type of strap that comes with the product. But 9¼ inches fits my wrist circumference just fine with some room to spare. And it actually does not stick out as much as I thought. In fact, the carrying case itself, if I can get it out of the strap there, is actually not that thick. So here's a quarter for scale, but is roughly about ½ inch, maybe a little bit taller than that. So when it's sitting on your wrist, it really doesn't feel as cumbersome as I honestly expected it to be. I honestly thought I was going to be wearing essentially an alarm clock on my wrist that was, made in the 70s, but lo and behold, with the advancements of technology, these are very small as far as the case itself. Functionality, you have a 0.96 TFT screen on the front. You go through the menus just by touching this button on the front. It is a pedometer, it is a activity tracker, calorie burner, measures your heart rate as well as your blood pressure, and it also gives you alarm and alert messages from your phone if you want to pair that connectivity via the WhatsApp. And the earbuds themselves, housed inside, all you have to do is lift the lid and it activates the earbuds. Pair them with your phone and you're good to go. Now the pairing process, there's nothing special to it. If you've ever paired anything with your cell phone, same process applies. Very simple, easy to do. Once you're done with these, to turn them off, all you're going to do is long press and hold your finger over the L and the R, and after about 2 or 3 seconds you'll hear power off, and then you're good to go to plug them back into the case. Once they're back in the case, they're not going to rattle around, they're good to go. As far as sound quality, well, here's an example. In terms of battery life, the manufacturer rating on this smart band is 7 days worth of use. During my testing, I found it a little more accurate to be about 5 days worth of use. And if you're using the Bluetooth earbuds and using them a lot, you're not going to see anywhere near that type of battery life. So keep that in mind because that rating is specific to the smart band functionality and not really geared towards 10-hour days of Bluetooth earbud connectivity. And as far as the blood pressure and the heart rate monitor, it is not a 24/7 measurement. It is something you have to select in the menu and then sit there for a couple seconds while it uses the beams to measure your heart rate and your blood pressure. But I gotta say, the acts they did present were accurate and I was very impressed by that overall. The free software application itself is very intuitive and easy to use. Simply pair it with your device and then it'll track and record a lot of your historical data. So your steps counted, your mileage, your sleep if you're wearing this during your sleeping time, your heart rate, again, we'll keep historical data for every time you've taken a measurement, your blood pressure so you can accurately measure that and keep track of that. Very handy little application. Another thing you can do is you can come in here and you manage your alert settings, your reminders, your call reminders, your vibration alerts, your text messages. And one thing I thought was in particularly a little interesting was shake to photo. So essentially you can use your wrist to activate the camera on your phone and take a picture when you shake your wrist. Not sure when and why you would want to use that type of thing, but it is a neat little feature for somebody out there looking to do that. You can also use the Find My Band should you misplace this in a gym bag or around the house. And you can link it with the We Run application and locally update your firmware. Build quality wise for the smart bracelet, very good. The earbuds themselves don't rattle around inside the case, so anytime you're doing a run or any kind of physical activity, you don't have to worry about these rattling around and bouncing and just being loosey-goosey. The band itself is nice. It's not going to break off. It's a rubber sport band, so it's not going to impress anybody at any kind of business dinners, but overall it gets the job done for what it's meant to be. Now there are some negatives and some drawbacks personally that I would like to mention. Number one, something I was not a fan of is this USB charging cable. Now, it does the job and it charges it in about an hour and a half, which is very impressive. However, I don't like that this has a proprietary connector. I've got a bajillion micro USB and USB-C cables lying around, and I really wish this had a micro USB or a USB-C charging connectivity. That way I could utilize those cords and I didn't have to keep track of this specific one. And secondly, and this is just a personal gripe of mine, is that the time when displayed on the smart bracelet is always 24-hour format, and there's no way to move it over to the 12-hour format, which in my opinion is kind of a weird oversight by the development team here, because you would think with all the bells and whistles and the things that this smart bracelet can do, you would think it would be able to display time on the 12-hour format. But regardless, I think for the price point, less than $50 with free shipping to your door, I think this is a heck of a deal and a great value overall, and I highly recommend it. Build quality is great, the functionality of the Bluetooth earbuds, they sound good enough, and the actual form factor is not massive and it doesn't really seem too bulky when you're wearing it on your wrist. Plus the convenience of having Bluetooth earbuds and the smart activity bracelet functionality with you at all times is very appealing. That said, if you're looking to pick one up, I'll put a link down in the video description box below in case you're interested in buying one for yourself. That does it for this video review. I hope you enjoyed the content. If you found it helpful, make sure you hit that like button, share this video with your friends, and also please consider subscribing to the channel. I'd greatly appreciate it.